I'm going to talk next about how to use the Camera Raw filter. This is a fairly new function in more recent versions of Photoshop. We used to have to go through Bridge, which is a separate program, to get to Camera Raw filter. Now, or to the Camera Raw program, now it is a filter. So in order to use Camera Raw filter, the first thing you want to do is drag a copy of your background onto the New Layer button, and then rename that copy Camera Raw filter. You will do all of your changes in the Camera Raw filter on this layer so that you can take them away or add them back in, just like any other layer. So if you go up to Filter and you go down to Camera Raw filter, you get brought into kind of a new program, a mini program within Photoshop, where you have a lot of options. You have tabs up here for all of the different options that you can do in Camera Raw filter. So the first one is basic edits, things like if you wanted to change your white balance, if you wanted to change the temperature of your picture, make it cooler or warmer, make it look more like a warm autumn day. You can change your exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites and blacks from here. You can change your clarity and kind of sharpen an image or make it a little bit more hazy and blurry. And you can change your vibrance. The next one is our curves. You can also change it with points. But again, you could do a shallow S curve in here by adding points to it like this, the same as we did with our other adjustment layers. I'm not going to do much with that because I already did it in my other adjustment layers. The next tab over is Detail. This is where you can help adjust for some sharpening or noise reduction. So you can see that luminance kind of takes away tiny little imperfections in your image. It makes it a little bit less sharp. Over here you could sharpen your image, see how much sharper it gets. You can change all kinds of details within the sharpening. You can change the radius and detail size of your sharpening. There is a slider bar over here that you can sometimes see more options. The next one over, we're not going to talk much about HSL or grayscale or split toning, but the next one that I want to talk about is lens correction. Lens correction has to do with refraction of different wavelengths at different angles. Sometimes your camera will have colored fringes in the image. It doesn't hurt to click Remove Chromatic Aberration. Effects has some useful things. There's a dehaze button or a dehaze slider that I really like that can make your image look more hazy or can make everything just a little bit brighter. I really like how this changes the kind of clarity and reflection on the water over here, and I like that dehaze function for that purpose. Again, I don't want to go too overboard. I don't want this to look super photoshopped. If you like the look of a vignette, you can make the outsides a little bit darker to kind of add focus, or you can do the opposite effect with white. Tiny little vignetting here on the sides wouldn't hurt this picture. You can also change how sharp the edge of the vignette is, what shape it is, things like that within here. I think that is all of the effects that I wanted to go through in Camera Raw. You can see the settings that I shot the image on. I shot this image at f-stop 8 for aperture, 1/320th of a second for shutter speed, and had an ISO of 400 with my regular 18 to 55 millimeter lens. And when I'm done with these changes, I just click OK. And now I can see my changes, or not see my changes, just like any of these other layers. And I can do the same thing with my adjustment layers. So Camera Raw filter and adjustment layers are both good ways to make global changes to your photograph that you should use for this project.